Hello, welcome to Family Therapy Podcast. My name is George Chacha. 3 things that your children should see in you. 3 things that your children should very strongly identify in you. 1. Intimacy. Your children should pick, they should identify, they should see the highest degree of intimacy between you and your partner, between their father and their mother. The more the intimacy between the father and mother, the more confident the children will be, the more secure the children will be, the more the better the children will be. The children raised in an atmosphere characterized by intimacy, there is that aspect of security. The children feel secure, they feel safe, they feel protected, and therefore they are themselves. They are at the top of the range, as compared to children who have been raised in a family where there is limited or even no intimacy. The children who have been raised in a family where there is no intimacy, where there is no connection, you find that the children who are kind of they're victims, or they suffer inferiority complex. They crash on the they crash on the inside. The children who are emotionally weak, they are psychologically weak, because they have been raised in an environment of instability, in an environment of emotional violence, and therefore it's important for the children to see that intimacy. The children will rejoice when they see the father and mother drinking from the same cup. Maybe it could be tea, it could be porridge, it could be whatever, a soft drink. The children delight seeing the parents sipping from the same cup, maybe even the parents eating from the same plate, using the same spoon. There is that aspect of very high degree of intimacy. The parents are eating from exactly the same plate, they drink from the same bottle of soda. In other words, the children are experiencing, they are witnessing a rare degree of intimacy, and these kind of children begin to envisage themselves having more or less similar life. They begin dreaming of their time when they'll have their partner and they'll be doing the same things that they're seeing their parents doing to each other. The children want to see their parents hugging, to the extent of even maybe kissing, even though lightly, depending on their African culture. Therefore, it's very important that we expose the children. Our children want to see intimacy in us. Our children want to learn intimacy from us. Our children want to experience intimacy from us, and therefore it's quite very, very important. So we should never downplay that, as compared now to the child who has been raised, or children who have grown up in a family where there is quite a lot of disconnect. These children end up being very pessimistic about life. They are very pessimistic about marriage. They're very pessimistic about having children. They do not see anything good in marriage. They do not see anything good in children. And unfortunately, many a time, many young people end up not even taking up the rite of passage. Marriage is a rite of passage. By default, marriage is a rite of passage, even though, of course, again, not all people should really get married. There are some who may choose for religious reasons, for maybe health reason, for other reasons not to get married, and therefore we cannot generalize that everyone must get married. I concur and I totally agree that marriage, whereas it's as important as it is, but it is a rite of passage generally and by default. And therefore, children who have been raised in the negative atmosphere, they are disadvantaged. They have nothing positive. They have no good report about family. They have no good report about children. And therefore, the manner in which we relate with our partner has direct effect on our children, and whether positively or negatively. The second point that our children should strongly pick in us, should strongly identify in us, is family moments, family outings, family times. Children born into a family where the parents have family moments tend to be more confident. They tend to appreciate life. They tend to kind of have big dreams, because they always long to be with their parents. They long to be home from school holidays, as compared to children who have been raised in a family where there are no family moments. To them, the best moments are when they are in school. To them, the best moments are when they are in college. And therefore, we are cautioned against, again, downplaying that aspect of having family moment, because it has direct effect or influence on our children, whether positively or negatively. And it's important that our children pick the positive aspect of family moment, family outing. It is encouraged that parents should have, or they should set aside those moments when they go out. It could be to a picnic, it could be to a park, it could be just to visit a family friend, to visit a relative, or maybe just spend a whole day there. And the children get the opportunity to be with the parents, to hear the parents, to play and just joke about and raise issues. And these children grow appreciating family values. They grow appreciating family ties. And at the back of their mind, they are constantly envisaging themselves, the time they'll have their own family, and what they will do. And they will do exactly what they saw their parents doing. Therefore, it's important to take this into consideration, so that we don't end up realizing timid children, children who are very pessimistic, children who have no positive result about marriage, children who feel like marriage is not a rite of passage. Marriage is for the confused. Marriage is for the kind of people who maybe are deranged or something like that. Therefore, let us factor that for the sake of our children. Another very important point that our children should pick in us, another very important point that our children should strongly identify in us as parents, is that aspect of praise. How often do you praise your partner? How often do you talk well of your partner? Are you that parent who is constantly quarreling at the window and only pointing? Are you a fault finder? Do you always find faults in your partner? Always maybe complaining about this, complaining about that, and nothing to appreciate about your partner. And therefore, when I'm talking about praising, children who are raised in a family where at the slightest thing there is a praise that kind of flies across the sitting room, across the kitchen, across the bedroom, the children can identify, the children can pick at so many praises, even for just a very slight thing. It could be just a meal, it could be maybe a drink, and there is a praise. You're praising about the goodness, your partners being good. Even you go to the extent of warning your children, telling, hey, you stop disturbing my love, stop disturbing my wife, my husband. And the children, when they pick this, it really encourages them. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel happy. They feel secure just seeing their mother, their father loving each other. Hugging about and just talking good of each other, protecting each other against their children. It brings that aspect of a relaxed moment. And the children raised in this kind of environment, again, they are confident, they are sure of tomorrow, and they walk majestically into the future, kind of envisaging their time. Again, viewers, it's very important to realize that the first institution to your children's life, the first institution with the greatest impact to the lives and well-being of your children, whether negative or positive, is the nucleus family unit. The nucleus family unit forms the first and most significant institution from where our children pick what will define them, what will make them what they shall be in the future. And therefore it's important for us never to downplay our relationship, how we relate to each other, to our partner, how we relate to our children, the do's and the don'ts. The institution, the family institution, is so powerful. I sometimes totally disagree with many parents who may come up with the notion that, oh, you see, the colleges have got a far greater influence on the lives and the well-being of our children. Or you see, the boarding schools have got a far effect they have got far-reaching effect on the lives, on the well-being, on the social development, on the intellectual, on the and even emotional well-being of the children. They couldn't be far from the lies. The institution that shapes, the institution upon which the foundation of the well-being and development of our children lies, is the nucleus family. The schools, the colleges, and out there, or the world, they will only build on the foundations that the parents build in those initial years, the first 5 years, the first 15 years, the first 17 years, so that by the time your child is joining university, is joining college, you already have laid the foundation, whether a negative foundation or a positive foundation. And therefore it is us, the parents, who define and design the destiny, the well-being of our children. We decide and design what our children will be. I request you to do 4 things. 1, share this clip with a family you know of. 2, subscribe. 3, click the bell. And 4, click the like button. Let us have this discussion alive. I'm always open and reachable via WhatsApp. My number is on the screen. I always welcome one-on-one call or maybe through inbox, and I'm always available for even more discussion around this. Others, thank you.